Welcome back to MAURO'S films. Today I am back with an interesting piece of glass sent straight by 7Artisans. And if you didn't acknowledge them already, they are getting out with some great full frame and Aps-C bright aperture full manual lenses. And this is no different. Today we are getting a look on the 7Artisans 35mm F0.95 E-mount for Aps-C size sensors. And yes, if you want to find out more about my other lens reviews, the first links in the description will guide you straight and you can check them out and find out more what I'm using for my production and also for my YouTube channel. So this lens will fit perfectly in Aps-C size body just like mine, the A6400, and will get you that portrait look at a 50mm equivalent of a full frame lens. Well, lately I'm mostly using Aps-C size lenses on a full frame body. Most of these lenses will cover a little more than the Aps-C size body, and actually it will almost cover the full frame sensor of my Sony A7S III. Because they are meant to be used in Aps-C size body and they will achieve a better sharpness in the center of the lens. And the corner sharpening is decreased when using it in a full frame center. And you will also see a lot of vignetting when used in full frame cameras. No matter what, I went out and got some test shots with the A7S III and the 35mm 0.95. And I was using it with the Sony A7S III, cropping in the clear image zoom 1.2 times, getting rid of the vignette, still maintaining a wide aperture. More of it later on. And if you want to get a feel on how this 35mm f0.95 looks in my studio right now, I will switch now from the 55 size that I'm filming right now to the 35 0.95 at 1.2 crop. And this is the look that you get when you mount a 35mm lens 0.95 on a full frame body with the 1.2 crop. And I'm kind of finding hard time to find the perfect focus because I'm used to the perfect focus of the A7S III and I'm using autofocus lenses for all my YouTube stuff, so yeah. Maybe I am focused right now, or just like that. Little more or a little back. Well, this is the look that you get. Let's get firstly to the unboxing and specs. You will be presented by a great boxy package. Inside, 7Artisans 35mm 0.95 lens, an instruction manual. Nothing else. The lens is made out of metal with the metal lens cap. The actual full frame focal length mounted on an Aps-C body is 50mm, making it a bright aperture lens for portraits. The weight is an acceptable 369 grams, and if used with Aps-C size bodies, it will feel not so front heavy. Aperturing is declicked with smooth ride from end to end, and it will also pretty great when used with full focus systems if you intend to use them for video. With the focus ring giving you the manual focusing distance and f-stop value diagram. The closest focusing distance is 37 cm, so it's a quite close for a 0.95 lens, and if used like that in a near macro lens scenario, you can really blow out your background without any problems. The minimum aperture goes down to f16. The optical structure of this lens: 8 groups in 11 elements, a lot for such a small lens. You can order this lens with the E-mount, Fujifilm, Macro Four Thirds, Nikon and EOS M, so all the major brands are covered. The front filter thread is a 52mm, and when shooting at max aperture in daylight, one ND filter is just something that you have to consider all the time. My great colleague and friend of mine just got the Ronin RS2, so I was in the right place to get some test shots. I'm filming up this build setup using the Sony A7S III and 7Artisans lens, cropping in by 1.2 times. So as you can understand, at full frame you will get some vignetting, but not as much as I was expecting. I was really surprised that just cropping in 20% in the sensor, I was able to get a vignette-free image. And if I'm getting the math done right, this lens in a full frame body with a 20% crop in will get you around 1.2 or 1.3 in f-stop aperture in a full frame body. So you will get an f1.2 lens for just $249. And the background blur that you are able to achieve at 0.95 is just amazing, even if your subject stands just a meter from the background, in this case the kitchen. Some of the scenes were filmed handheld, so you can notice some jitters in the footage. Okay, so this lens isn't the sharpest corner to corner, but for actual $249 you can't really ask more, and you will be able to extend even more its usability on a full frame camera, just like a Sony A7S III. The Sony Clear Image Room will get you through. The bokeh balls are nice, round, blowing out every single little thing in the background. When used it for photos and videos, you should always turn on your focus peaking to nail the perfect focus. Concluding, fastest aperture in class for a budget price. Well, sharpness. If you got a 0.95 lens and shoot at f2.8 for the max sharpness, what the hell did you get the 0.95 lens in the first place? So use your 0.95 lens and make the most out of it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, I will be happy to answer them all. And until my next one, thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe with the bearing icon so you get notified every time I make a new video, and see you on my next one.